Okay, I'm gonna make a video on free will and choice. Essentially, you could kind of break it down into three levels. Um, Free will is essentially the capacity to exercise choice, right? If you don't have the capacity to choose, then you have no free will. So, one of the three possible ways, for example, is that essentially you don't get to decide the options from which you choose from, and also you can't choose between the options. So, for example, if I say, if there's you, like you, right, and then I give you the option to choose between water or orange juice. See, you didn't get to choose between the options you chose from. I'm giving you the options. So I'm saying you can choose between orange juice or water. So I'm giving you the options, and imagine further than that, you don't even have the capacity to choose between the water or orange juice. Like, the choice is kind of is out of your control as well. It may be chosen by your past, like your past tendencies, or by whatever else. But if in this example, I'm choosing the choices that you get to choose, and you yourself can't even choose between the choices I've given you, then that's, in a sense, like absolutely no free will. Like, that's 0% free will, right? But then situation two, imagine I'm giving you the options that you can choose from, but you at least have the capacity to choose. So I'm giving you the options. I'm giving you orange juice or water, but you yourself can actually choose between them. You say, cool. Yeah, I prefer orange juice, or I prefer water. That is, in a sense, relative free will. That's like, yes, you do really have the choice and like the capacity to choose between two different options or three different options, but your will is not like absolute yet, because you're not choosing the choices that you get to choose between. You see, and then absolute free will, which is the third option, is essentially you have the capacity to choose between the choices, but you also get to choose the choices that you choose between. So that's like, it's not me saying, I choose between water and orange juice. You could say, fuck that. I'm going to choose between Pepsi and Coke, and I'm going to choose Coke. You see, you're choosing between the options, and you're also choosing the options that you get to choose between. So essentially, you can decide for yourself if you believe you have no will at all, like 0%, or relative free will, or absolute free will. But essentially, those three situations is a very simple way of explaining the kind of three categories. And if you want to increase your free will, then, and you want to move towards absolute free will, which is, in a sense, what like God would have, right? If you want to move closer towards the absolute, or closer to God, an absolute choice, an absolute will, then you have to realize that increasing your capacity just to choose between two choices or three choices, like that's good, right? But that's still just increasing your relative free will. But if you want to move towards absolute free will, then you have to realize that you can't even allow yourself to be bound by, like, you can't allow yourself to be put in like kind of a box to where you have to choose between this or that. You have to learn to even escape that box. You have to learn to choose the choices that you choose from. So, for example, if someone's saying you have to, like, let's say there's like a argument going on between atheists and religious people, and then you're in the middle, right? And they're asking you, like, pick a side. Who's right? Like, us or them? Like, are you joining us or are you joining them? Like, you have to pick a side, one or the other. See, If you like chose, oh, I'm with the atheists or I'm with the religious people, that's choice, but that's still relative choice. You was bound by the choices given to you. But then if you said, nah, fuck that, I'm not choosing like the atheists or the religious people. They're both wrong or they're both right to certain degrees. Then see, you're even choosing the choices you get to choose from. So yeah, this one's a very short video, but I don't think I really need to elaborate more. I think that's pretty clear. So let me know what you think.